3 hours. That's how long a report used to take me to write manually. Researching sources, structuring the document, rewriting paragraphs, fixing the tone. Now it takes about 12 minutes. The question is, which AI actually does this better, ChatGPT or Claude? Because if you're a professional trying to save time at work, choosing the wrong tool can cost you hours every week. Today I'm going to break down ChatGPT versus Claude across 6 real-work scenarios and give you a clear recommendation for when each one wins. Both tools are extremely powerful, but they excel in different situations. I've used both extensively for research, writing, analyzing documents, coding, and decision support. So instead of hype, we'll compare them using 6 practical criteria professionals care about. Let's start with writing quality. If your work involves emails, reports, proposals, or presentations, writing quality matters. Claude tends to produce more natural and structured writing. Its tone feels closer to something written by a thoughtful colleague rather than a machine. ChatGPT is still excellent, but it often needs one extra prompt to refine tone or clarity. For example, if you ask both tools to rewrite a professional email explaining a delay to a client, Claude usually produces something clean and polished immediately. ChatGPT often produces something good but slightly more generic. So for writing tasks like reports and communication, Claude has a slight edge. Now let's talk about research. If you're summarizing articles, comparing ideas, or learning a topic quickly, ChatGPT has become extremely strong here. Claude can summarize very long documents well, but ChatGPT tends to provide more structured explanations when exploring a topic. For example, if you ask both tools to explain something like the tax advantages of S-Corp, ChatGPT usually produces a clearer step-by-step explanation. Claude produces a strong summary, but sometimes less structured. So for learning and structured research, ChatGPT wins this category. This is where Claude becomes extremely powerful. Claude was designed to work with very large documents. You can upload long PDFs, contracts, research papers, or reports and ask questions about them. For professionals working with legal contracts, policy documents, research reports, or long financial analyses, Claude is often easier to work with. It can analyze large documents with fewer issues and provide thoughtful summaries. So for document analysis, Claude clearly wins. Now let's look at coding and technical work. If your work involves programming or technical tasks, ChatGPT still has the advantage. Developers often prefer ChatGPT because it generates cleaner code, debugging suggestions are strong, and it understands development workflows well. Claude can still help with coding, but ChatGPT has a stronger ecosystem in this area. So for coding and technical tasks, ChatGPT wins. If you're working on something complex, like a long report, strategy document, or multi-step project, Claude tends to maintain context more consistently. ChatGPT is also very strong here, but Claude was specifically optimized for long context windows. So Claude slightly wins this category. Now let's talk about price. Both tools have free tiers, but most professionals eventually upgrade. At the time of recording, both premium versions are roughly $20 per month. For the time savings you gain, that cost is usually trivial. Even saving 1 hour per week easily justifies the price. So in terms of price, this category is essentially a tie. So which AI should professionals actually use? Here's the practical answer. Use ChatGPT if your work involves research, coding, structured explanations, or brainstorming ideas. Use Claude if your work involves writing reports, analyzing documents, handling long conversations, or refining professional communication. Personally, many professionals end up using both because they excel in different areas. The biggest mistake people make with AI isn't choosing the wrong tool. It's not using these tools at all. Professionals who learn how to use AI effectively will move faster, make better decisions, and free up hours every week. If you're interested in that kind of leverage, this channel is about exactly that. AI tools, income strategies, and career leverage for professionals. And in the next video, I'll break down 7 income streams professionals can build outside their jobs.